सोनामुखी, हरड़, मुलेठी जैसी अनेक जड़ी बूटियां और हजारों वर्षों का प्राचीन आयुर्वेदिक ज्ञान इस एक बोतल में समाया हुआ है। कायम टैबलेट, आपकी खुशियों का साथी।
As Europe rang in the new year with fireworks and speeches of unity, one NATO capital chose confrontation over consensus. Shockwaves are rippling across Europe after Slovakia's Prime Minister Robert Fico delivered a blistering New Year address, one that many in Brussels are calling openly pro-Russia. This was not diplomacy, this was defiance. Standing before his nation, Robert Fico declared an end to what he called blind obedience to the European Union. In words that jolted NATO allies, the Slovak Prime Minister accused European Union elites of cold calculation, moral bankruptcy, and casual acceptance of death in the Ukraine war. Fico said he was appalled by how easily European leaders talk about casualties, condemning what he described as the senseless killing of both Ukrainians and Russians. No usual framing, no familiar blame game. Instead, a blunt question aimed straight at Europe's power centers. How long will this war be allowed to grind on? And that is where the alarm bells started ringing. Because this wasn't just criticism, it was a sharp break from the Western consensus on Ukraine. At a time when NATO unity is projected as ironclad, a sitting NATO leader openly questioned the moral foundation of Europe's war posture. Fico went further. Alongside his speech came a 2026 resolution, details still emerging, but enough to send diplomats scrambling. A signal, critics say, that Slovakia may chart its own course on Ukraine and possibly on Russia as well. For Brussels, this is dangerous territory. Slovakia is not a fringe state. It is a member of NATO, a member of the European Union. And now its prime minister is accusing Europe of prolonging a war while pretending to stand on moral high ground. Inside Slovakia, the backlash is already visible. Fico did not just take aim at Brussels, he also lashed out at Slovaks who oppose his course, painting critics as out of step with reality. So the question Europe must confront is stark. Is this just one leader's rhetoric or the beginning of a wider revolt inside NATO? As war fatigue grows, elections loom, and unity strains under pressure, Robert Fico's words have done what years and years of quiet dissent could not. They have dragged Europe's internal conflict into the open. As 2026 begins, one thing is clear: the NATO front no longer speaks with one voice.